Okay, y'all, let's just get into this Bachelorette, child. So Michelle Young is a Bachelorette right now, and the season's almost over. I just wanted to address a couple things. Number one, while I've been watching this season, there was one thing that stuck out to me, and I thought it was very, very weird. Like, I understand that Michelle is mixed. Her mom is white, her dad is black, right? But is it me, or as the men were rolling into the castle, you just noticed that it was like 85% mixed men. And then it was like a couple whites, a couple Hispanics, like 4 dark-skinned guys. But it was like literally everybody else was mixed. It was all mixed men. And as they started breaking down their parents, they were all white females with black dads. Like as they would describe their parents along the way. Y'all didn't find that to be weird? I found that to be very, very weird. Because I was like, okay. Yes, I get that Michelle is mixed, but did we have to purposely make sure that most of the contestants were also mixed? Like, whose idea was that? Was that a request of hers? Did she feel as though like only other mixed men will understand her? It just was kind of weird to me, right? But then I kind of tucked that away and I just kept watching the season. Now, this is when it got freaking weird to me. The hometowns. And as you're watching the hometowns, right, I think she's meeting Nate, Joe, and, you know, she's wasting her time. First of all, I think Michelle's wasting her time. Michelle, you had such a good batch of men, and we're going to get to that, but you literally are going for men who are going to waste your fucking time. First of all, she goes, I think she met with Joe. Let me find him here. No, okay, Brandon. Brandon is 26. Michelle's 28. She's going for a 26-year-old. He's a recruiter and traveling nurse. This is Brandon right here. Let me know if you see him. Total waste of time. Whenever I see her spending time with Brandon, it's like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, y'all get it. Yeah, y'all making out. But it's giving very much like high school crush. It's not giving marriage, okay? So he's wasting your time and you're wasting your time with him. And I feel like Brandon also had a white mom and a black dad. I'm not sure. But then you go to, she also gave Joe. Joe made it to hometowns. Joe has a white mom and black dad. Then you have Nate, who she's totally wasting her time with this one. He has a white mom and a black dad. Here's my thing, right? As I'm watching this, the imagery that's being sent to me as a black woman is that I'm just not desired. I'm not desired. Like, y'all couldn't find no mixed people who had a black mom and a white dad. Like, it's like, why was it specifically to show all of these black men with white women just over and over and over? Like, it was the same setup every time you met one of these guys' parents. It was white mom, black dad, white sister-in-law. It was just like, it just was freaking weird, right? And as a black woman, as a dark-skinned woman, again, it's just like this imagery that's sent to me, this message that's sent to me, which is, I'm not desired. I have many friends. I know many black women who are married to white women, who are married to white men, who are in relationships with white men. Why were they not represented here? Like, it's really weird. Like, we've seen Lauren and Cameron on a damn show that was on Netflix, Blind Couches. I can't remember the name. Why couldn't we find this here? Like, it just was really weird, the message that was being sent, right? But then also, all of these white women have a look. All of these white women have a look. And I cannot help but to think about the fact that when I'm dating a black man's, or when any of my black women's friends, ladies who are dating black men's, how we actually have to go above and beyond in the look department. Like, we gotta be snatched. We gotta be down to Orange Theory, throwing up halfway through our workouts. We gotta make sure the wig is on good. We gotta make sure we rocking our natural hair, that, you know what I'm saying, the fro is intact. There is a privilege that these white women get when they date black men that we just don't get when we date these men. I mean, am I the only one who feels this way? Like, so there's a look to them. And it's giving Fiona, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. It's giving Fiona. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. It's giving Fiona. And I'm not even putting that on the white women's. I'm putting that on the black men's. Because it's like when y'all be dating black women's, y'all, whatever category that black woman falls into, whether it's wigs, whether it's natural hair, whether it's dark, whether it's light skin, whether it's she's big or skinny, you know what I'm saying? Like they gotta be bad. Why is that not being passed on to the white women's? Okay. So yeah, the message that black women are not desired. I feel like that's what I got. That's what I'm getting from this season of The Bachelorette. And Michelle, you love to say how you were not seen. A lot of times you'll be the only black girl in your class and you were picked last for prom, you were black, but you have a way of not seeing black women, sis. It's to be noted. You're not seeing black women's. You want to be seen, but you're not seeing black women's. It's just, I don't like it. Okay, now final thing I wanted to talk about was dark-skinned men. And I want to talk about what I feel like was colorism during this season. And I feel that a lot of times we talk about colorism, especially when it comes to black women. We don't talk about it a lot when it comes to black men. And I wanted to talk about Olu. This is Olu right here. Olumide, okay? He's one of the contestants here. Olu is fine. I'm talking about Olu, broad shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Chest is tight. Skin is just glistening. What I liked about Olu from the beginning is everything Michelle would describe she wanted in a man, Olu was that. This entire season, Michelle has been talking about emotional availability and vulnerability and how it's so hard to find men that are vulnerable, and it's so hard to find men who are just emotionally literate, emotionally intelligent, emotionally available. She gave this story about how when she was a child, she didn't feel seen, right? A lot of times she didn't feel seen when she was in school, and she felt that it was because she was black. And she gave this poem, I think, either before or after there was a group date, and all the men were just ignoring her, just totally ignoring her. After she gave that story, Olu cried. Like, I'm talking about Viola Davis crying, snot coming out his nose. He's crying for Argentina. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The motherfucker was crying for Argentina, Chile, Colombia, all of the Hispanic countries for his girl, Michelle.
I feel her pain, having 4 sisters and seeing what they went through growing up, what she faced as a black woman, not feeling accepted, not feeling beautiful. It made me feel what she felt. Michelle, what you said kind of reminded me of my sisters. Being that girl that's isolated, not feeling loved, these are things that I've seen my sister grow up with. And, you know, me being that male figure in my sister's life and having to uplift them, tell them that you're beautiful, you can do anything, you know? The right guy will come to your life, you know? Just having to preach that on a consecutive basis made me tear. I want to cry, but I feel you, I hear you. Everything you're doing now shows that you're a strong woman. I appreciate you. I really do.
Like you showing emotion.
Do you think she gave him a solo date? No. Do you think he ever got a rose? Nope. All Olu would always get is a thank you, you've been so great here. And why I feel it's colorism is because when you look at, first of all, her last three, he's not in the last three. And he made it right before Hometowns. He's not in the last three. He's been more vulnerable than all these men. And literally, when you go to the hometown dates, not only do you hear Michelle express concern about Nate and, well, I think it's Nate and Joe in the vulnerability department, saying how she's just really concerned about them not being vulnerable, them not, showing her any real feelings. And even Nate, I think one time, like, she had to have a conversation with him, like, yo, like, I don't feel like you see me. I don't feel like you're chasing me, that you're seeking me in this process. And Nate flat out told her, I feel like we're good. Like, he gave her a nice wrapped up answer, but he basically told her, like, girl, we good. Like, I feel like I don't gotta really chase you. Like, we know what it is. And she kind of took that. It was like, oh, okay, no, girl, that ain't it. But not only is she talking about how she feels like they're not ready to show any emotion, and she doesn't think that they're there with her emotionally. You go to their hometowns. You have Joe's dad. There's a conversation between Joe and his dad that's so cringy. Like, you have Michelle who comes, and this is basically hometowns. This is like a couple steps before being engaged. And Joe's dad has nothing to ask him, nothing to say about it. And Joe's like, do you have anything to say? He's like, no. Try to watch this.
You still gotta express yourself to her, so. For sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you got anything else? I really got some questions.
Not really.
Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, well, he tells Joe, well, you gotta learn how to express yourself to her. His dad is telling him that, but his dad is not even showing him how to express himself. Like, it's so freaking weird because you have this man who is about to be 30 and he has not been given any example on being a man and being emotionally available. Then you got Nate. You have a sit down between Nate and his stepdad. First of all, you find out that Nate's father was not in his life. And Nate's stepfather, although he was there, they never talked about their feelings, never said I love you. They literally said I love you for the first time during the Bachelorette. Like, literally during this process. They both say this to each other.
I like people never told you I love you before.
Look at this.
If you have, I don't.
Yeah. I'm really happy that
Lord,
that you got to meet Michelle.
we really have to do better with our sons. Like, it's a beautiful moment, but it's heartbreaking because this is the first time he's hearing from his dad, I love you. And look at him crying, like he's breaking. My God. This is amazing, but it's a lot. So how is he supposed to be somebody's husband, right? He's just telling his dad, I love you for the first time. He's near 30.
I've been vulnerable about feelings with my mom. First time I ever told Charles I love him.
Enjoy.
We've never talked about each other's feelings to each other, and I'm just like, girl. And then their parents really tell her, like, listen, like, I feel like it was Joe's parent, either Joe's mom or one of their moms was like, yo, my son has never been in a serious relationship. Like, if you're looking for marriage, like, right around the corner, I don't know if my son's gonna be able to meet you there. Like, that's been the conversation with all these parents and Michelle for the most part. But Michelle is still vying for them. Meanwhile, you had Olu. Olu was right there. Why didn't you pick him? Why didn't you pick him? Okay, you know what? I'll give it to you. Okay. Olu got one wandering eye. Okay, cool. That Bachelorette check you got, you don't think you can slide him a little couple, a couple stacks? He can fix that. But him and his one good eye saw you the way you wanted to be seen. That man saw you. And it got me to thinking about how we say we want things. A lot of times we say we want emotional availability. We say we want a man that knows how to express himself, but we don't really want that. We want the nigga who gonna hurt our feelings because he looked good. That's it. Like Nate and Joe, they just mix. They look good and they mix. And they got light eyes. But they literally have nothing to offer you. Y'all, I have yet to see a conversation between her and these men that was, oh my God. Yet Olu was right there. And I really feel like it was because he was dark. I don't care what nobody said. I feel like Olu was there. She didn't pick him because he was dark. And the way that it's crazy because you want to be seen as a black woman, but you're not seeing the black man. You're not seeing the black man. The casting didn't see black women. Like, it just was, this season was very weird to me. And to be honest, it's like I keep wanting black bachelors and black bachelorettes, but I've had enough. Just give me the Caucasians. Just fucking give me the Caucasians. I will stick with the Caucasians and their avocado toast and I will stick with their asses. I will. Just give me them. Because I'm so tired of us getting these platforms and every fucking time we don't do what the fuck, like we don't understand the assignment. We just don't get it. We don't get the assignment. Let me know if you've been watching The Bachelorette. Let me know if you agree with the points that I brought forward. Do you feel how I feel? Do you feel like Michelle's wasting her time? Do you feel like she didn't pick Olu because he's dark skinned? And do you feel that them purposely showing us all of these white women with black men is a message that black women are not desired? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video.